Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to call the Skagit Transit Board of Directors for May 17, 2023 to order. The time is now 11 a.m. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to welcome everyone today, those in online and in person. Next up is our roll call of members. I am Jill Boudreau, Mayor of Mount Vernon, and I'll have our staff to please call the roll.
Thank you, Jesus.
Commissioner Browning.
This is Sandy Perkins, Auditor, sitting in for Commissioner Browning.
Commissioner Janicki.
I'm here.
Commissioner Wiesen. Mayor Boudreau.
I'm here.
Mayor Johnson.
I'm here.
Mayor Miller.
Here.
Mayor Sexton.
Here.
Councilperson Aslett. Councilperson Holst. CAC Chair Judy Jones.
Here.
And Colleen Kennedy.
Thank you so much. Item 4 is our public comments. There's no one here to make public comment. Anyone online for public comment today? If so, you're welcome to unmute yourself. Please state your name and comments for about 3 minutes or so. All right, seeing none, we'll move along. Item 5 is our consent agenda, which is 2 items. Item A is the approval of the April meeting minutes. Item B is the approval of claims and payroll. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Janicki, second by Mayor Sexton. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Under full discussion and action items, item 6A is the approve the monthly budget update report for April. And I assume that's Chris Stamey going to tell us about this.
Good morning. I have the monthly budget update report for April of 2023. I'll start with sales tax revenue. Our sales tax revenue for April 2023 came in at $1,195,022. That's a $39,000 increase over last year at this time. It's a 3.4% increase. We received grant revenue related to our federal capital grant in the amount of $7,124 in April. Our fair revenues came in at $59,088. It's a $2,873 increase as compared with last year this time. Our expenses, we have had capital expenses. I'll go through these. Bus stop pullout design performed by Kimley Horn for Marketplace Drive at $18,901. Our MOA2 project payment applications 13 and 14, along with the modular and the restroom rentals at $107,429. And then we bought network storage servers from Wright Systems for $53,867. Our ending cash balance for April is $3,061,824. Our reserves total $21,521,301. Our total cash and reserves, total assets, $24,583,124 as of April 30th, 2023. Pending any questions, staff recommends the board approve the monthly budget update report.
Chris, any questions for Chris? Go ahead, Steve.
Real quick, Chris, I think you mentioned that the fair revenue for April of this year is an increase over last year. It looks like it's an actual decrease.
No, it's a, excuse me, if I said that, I pardon me, it's a $2,873 decrease over last year. I said increase, but my apologies. It's definitely a $2,800 decrease. Yes.
Thank you for that. All right. Any other questions for Chris? All right, I'm looking for,
Chris, did I miss? Oh,
oh, go ahead, Lisa.
sorry, just one quick. There's normally a separate financial packet. Did I just miss that, or is that being revamped, or?
The financial recap
And-
report was submitted. Did it not get into I believe it is in the packet, the financial recap report, as it normally is, that has the payroll and AP and certifications along with all submittals. Did you not, and the revenue recap report? Did you not get that packet?
I didn't see the separate packet that has the financial detail. I usually get 2 links in the calendar invite, and I am far away from main office, so I may have just missed it.
Commissioner Janicki, my apologies. I'll check the links. And if we did not get that out, we will scan it directly and send it out to everyone. It's, I have it right here in front of me. Is there anything, it's very repetitious from prior months. Is there anything in particular that you'd like me to convey?
No, I just wanted to, I'm used to reviewing that document before this point in the meeting, but I'm good, Chris. It can be sent later.
We'll send it out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions? If not, I'm looking for a motion to accept the monthly budget update report.
So moved.
This is Mayor Johnson. I'll make a motion to accept the monthly budget update report for April 2023.
Second, Mayor Miller.
Thank you. It's moved by Mayor Johnson, seconded by Mayor Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, item 6B is the approve the increase in operator staffing. This is our Executive Director, Crystal Stidham, is going to present this item. Crystal.
Good morning, everyone. On May 1st, 2023, Skagit Transit increased service with the addition of Route 101 serving additional areas of Burlington. And there should have been some handouts that went out with that. Did you guys get those? For the new service areas? Additionally, Skagit Transit is increasing service on routes 513 and 615 serving the Connor and West County areas beginning August 28th, 2023. We currently run 3-hour service on both routes. This change will increase service on the 513 to hourly service and 2-hour service on the 615. We have applied for a grant to cover 50% of our operating costs and are expecting to get the award letter for that within the next month or so. These changes will be contingent on the grant funding being awarded. We are also expecting to receive 4 additional years of grant funds to cover the operating costs of these changes. These factors have increased the need for staffing above current approved levels. Staff recommends the board approve 4 additional coach operators to meet bus staffing needs. Cost of the 4 additional coach operators for the rest of this month, or the rest of this year rather, is $180,000, just over $180,000.
Questions for Crystal on this? Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I had a comment and a question. You know, this information is helpful for the board, I think, prior to us adding additional routes to let the board inform the board of what those operational cost increases will be. It just comes at us now after we've already kind of gone down that road of adding those routes, and it seems like it could have been presented sooner. The question I have is, you in this narrative, the budget impact is showing 6 months, total cost of 6 months at 180,000. That's prior to any grant funding?
Correct.
Okay, I just want to verify that.
And thank you for pointing that out. That was actually a discussion that I had with my staff earlier this morning. Remember, I've only been here for not even 90 days yet. So I assure you that we will do that differently moving forward.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Those online? Definitely concur with Mayor Sexton on that. That's just a great thing to do, and appreciate, Crystal, your comments on that. All right. Looking for a motion to approve the increase in operator staffing.
Mr. Mayor Sexton, I'll make a motion to increase operating staffing as presented.
This is Mayor Johnson. I'll second.
Thank you. So motion by Mayor Sexton, a second by Mayor Johnson. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. All right. If it's all right with the board, I'd like to move the executive session up now prior to the informational items. Does anyone have a problem with moving the executive session? All right, seeing none, I would like to invite the board into an executive session to discuss items regarding litigation or potential litigation to which the board, the governing body, or the member acting in an official capacity is or is likely to become a party when public knowledge regarding the discussion is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to Skagit Transit. This is RCW 4230.110. I'll call the executive session for 10 minutes, beginning at 11:12 and coming back into open session at 11:21, unless we extend by announcement. So we're going to have our technical folks put those online into a waiting room, and the board members will stay, and we'll get you back from your waiting room when we're done. And then those here present, I'd ask to go ahead and leave the room, except for the board members, and we will call you back in 10 minutes. Thank you. Yes, Sandy is on the board. No. Judy's not a voting member, so if you don't mind putting her in the room. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. I think we are all back. Thank you so much. After exec session, we will resume our agenda. It is now 11:23. Under informational items, item A is the item A is the MOA2 update. Sorry, that messed me up. Crystal.
MOA2 being maintenance, operations, administration. The construction crew finished up rust removal, priming, and protecting the surfaces on May 11, and that crew has transitioned to other on-site work. There's only, this morning I went by, there was only one or two staff members there. As you guys recall, we were supposed to have a full crew there April 24th. So far, we've only had 2 to 4 people there at the most. They have assured us that they will have a crew there, a full crew starting May 30th. On May 22nd, materials are expected to be on site, which will allow them to start working with the full crew on May 30th. We've requested an inventory of all on and off-site materials for the project to ensure materials are being ordered proactively, considering supply chain issues. So far, they've assured us that everything has been ordered proactively, with the exception of the windows. We're hoping to get an update on that this week. And despite the fact that we've lost a month on this project, they're still telling us that the completion date has not changed. So we're still looking at completion date for phase 1 of April of 2024. In terms of any comments on that?
Any questions for Crystal? All right, go ahead. Moving on to the security update.
Well, so let's talk about the project manager. We're still working on contract negotiations with them. The architect, any comments on that?
That's okay. If the minutes could reflect Mayor Sexton has departed. Okay, go ahead, Crystal.
The architect has agreed to go into mediation with us. We're working with our counsel to gather and prepare documents requested by their attorney. For security, we have decided not to renew the contract with the current security company. They agreed to provide services through May. We are actively working on securing a contract with a provider through the state contract. If we are unsuccessful, we may consider bringing the work in-house for security at Skagit Station and bringing on a temp agency to provide 24-hour service at MOA 2 just until the envelope is complete, which is part of phase 1. And we're actively working with one security company. We've been going back and forth. I feel pretty confident that we'll be able to get a contract with that security company in place and have them be able to provide 24-hour security at MOA 2 for 1 year. And we're looking at a 3-year contract of existing service at Skagit Station.
Any questions for Crystal on the security? Okay, thank you. Item 7C is our CAC meeting minutes. They're in the packet. I'm grateful that they're looking at bus design shelters. That's always kind of fun. But I'd ask Judy if there's anything you'd like to add. You're welcome to at this time. Okay. We'll go ahead and move on then. Information 7D is a ridership report that's in the packet. I don't know if Brad had anything to highlight, so.
Excuse me, I had to unmute my button.
Oh, that's okay, Judy, go ahead.
I apologize for interrupting. Do you want to
No
finish
worries.
and then?
No worries.
Okay, because I am here. There were just some overlays getting in the way.
No worries.
All right, well, thank you all for doing that. Yes, we are really excited to be able to look at the bus shelter styles. There were about 8 of them that we went over and discussed at length and just really had a good time doing it. It really is going to be nice to see some styles upgraded, and it seems like Skagit Transit is putting a lot of thought into those. We also discussed some more bus stop improvements. Also, since the service changes took effect, Brad gave his reports, and I'm sure you're going to be seeing those too, where ridership's including, etc. There's all smooth sailing on the region awareness report. And then the other thing I wanted to let you know too is that we are still meeting, of course, second Tuesday, and our next meeting is going to be June the 13th. So any and all are welcome, either virtually or in person, to our meeting.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Judy.
Thank you too.
All right, we'll go to the ridership report. Brad, go ahead.
Yes, there's only 2 items I would point to on our report from this month. Our overall ridership was 36,700, but our youth ridership broke the 4,600 mark. So we are well above the 10% mark for youth. So the youth fare free policy is continuing to produce results for us. The other item I would point to for the board to look at from month to month is on the bottom of the same page, the Ride Pass Grant Program. These are the free passes that our agency distributes to nonprofit around the county. We track those rides as requested by the board, and you can see the number of rides taken by that program there at the bottom of this report every month. So we can see our own program in action. And that's all I have.
All right, thanks, Brad. Any questions from the board for Brad? Go ahead, Lisa.
Can I ask a question? It was actually flagged, I think, in Judy's report, but Brad, the Western Washington University faculty and staff riding free, so that's 773 ride trips. I just was curious what prompted that, if there's other populations that we would consider for that, if there was any compensation revenue stream from something else in allowing that to ride free, or what was really the impact, what was the impetus and the impact of the decision for West WW to ride free?
Okay. Traditionally, we've had some pretty strong ridership pre-pandemic out of Western Washington University. We've tracked that. WTA has tracked it because we share the route ADX with them. And so they have always had some pretty good numbers, and we're hoping to build back up to where that was. I mean, it used to be several thousand a month This last month, it was 773. So we entered into a 2-year pilot program with them. That is coming to an end. And we are currently negotiating a new agreement with them that would be a 5-year agreement, 3 years with 2 1-year extensions, and it would come at a higher price. So what we're doing is the students and staff won't have to pay when they get on the bus, but the university is paying on their behalf. So this is not a free service, we are charging for it. Another population that we target like that with similar discounts is the Skagit Valley College population. Right now, Skagit Valley College is buying the passes on behalf of students. All they have to do is go in and request one from the university, or from the college, I should say, and the college will provide them one. And that gave us 1,153 rides last month.
So would that program be available, like if the refineries wanted to encourage employees to ride transit? Are we positioned as an organization to offer that kind of a program to other employers?
We are. We have been reaching out through our outreach program, trying to talk to other organizations or employers about who may want to become a UMO distributor. It's a relatively straightforward process. The training only takes about 20 minutes to learn how to issue UMO cards. That's handled through Whitney Davis, our Fair Revenue Supervisor. So she's been doing that. We've had some recent success. She's meeting with Mount Vernon School District on that topic, not only for students and staff, but also for staff as well, so they could issue them. And then the Mount Vernon Library recently signed on and is asked to become a distributor of the UMO cards so that they can work with youth. And both the City of Burlington City Library and the Mount Vernon City Library are going to have programs with us where we're encouraging kids to ride the bus. So there's different ways and different avenues we try to promote that and get that out there. And then also I should say, go ahead, ma'am.
Is UMO an acronym, or is it just the name of the company?
It's a brand name for them, and the company behind it, Cubic, has an international footprint. They do transport for London and other things, and I think they picked a brand name that is pronounceable across the world.
Okay, it looks like there's a chat. Would strongly suggest reaching out to DSHS. Oh gosh, no, I can't read that. Rehab for card distribution programs. So just another idea of how to do card distribution. So thank you, Judy, for that.
Mhm.
Any other questions from the board about the ridership report? All right. We have completed our scheduled agenda items, so we will now stand adjourned at 11:34. Thank you.